Campanella throwing through. Robinson passing it on to Reese. Throw down to Cox. Ball brought into the mound. For the Yankees, they're number 2, 3, and 4 spots. Rizzuto, Mantle, and Mize. And this one today is opening innocently with tight pitching, as did the one yesterday. In fact, this one opening even quieter. But there's going to be a storm. I guarantee you that they'll tap the pea patch before the day's over. Base hit. There's the 10th one off Black, and the first one today, and Rizzuto is on his way for second. Cuba retrieves the ball. It bounces back. And Little Phil, who had run out from under his cap, is at second with a double. Dave Pinelli, umpire at second base, picks up the cap, flips it over, so Rizzuto opens with a double inside third, and the Yankees have a threat. Down in the left field corner where that double went, a spectator leaned over and tried to interfere with the ball. He did not. But umpire Bodges got one of the park police, put him on duty, and the people down there have been warned not to interfere with the ball in play. But now it's Mantle. Nobody out. Rizzuto at second. Pounding ball to first. Hodges steps on the bag. Mantle is out, and Rizzuto moves over to third. The Mantle goes out but gets the first run of the ball game over to third base. The batter is Johnny Mize. One gone. Larry gets the ball and strike umpire. Campanella is the catcher. Mize walked in the second inning. The only Yankee to get on except Rizzuto, who's now at third. Low across the kneecaps. Ball one. Black shaking no. He's got his work cut out for him. Strike call. As you have noticed, Larry Getz of the National League staff is deliberate in his strike call back at the plate. He takes a good look at it. A base hit into left field. Rizzuto scores, and Mize drives him in, hitting an outside pitch into left field. He hit the ball right where it was pitched. Reached across the plate. I think he reached out of the strike zone to hit it. And it's a line single, and the Yankees lead 1-0. So, Big John Mize, ex-National Leaguer, now driven in 6 runs in the series. Batter is Berra. Curve over for a call strike. This run for the Yankees is their 4th in 19 1/3 innings against Black. Robinson, to Reese. Hodges, double play. That is double play number 4 for the Dodgers in the series, and it's the 10th double play we've had all the way through. 4-6-3. The Yankees 1 run on 2 hits. And in the middle of the 4th inning, the score is New York 1, Brooklyn 0. I guess you might say about the most unkind thing that the New York Giants, the bitterest enemies of the Dodgers, ever did to them, was to deal Johnny Mize to the Yankees. Mize hit the base hit that was pivotal in the 1949 series. Hit it off Branca, if you'll recall. Most people think that was the turning point. He's just driven in a run today. He's driven in 5 earlier runs. Now the batter is Snyder. Fastball in under the hand. Ball 1. Snyder struck out. First inning. Yankees 1, Dodgers 0. See those circles along the foul lines? That's for the fungo hitters before the ball game. There's a base knock, and Snyder adds to his record with a single. That gives him 10 hits for the series. That's not the record. He now has 24 total bases. No other player in the history of the World Series, no matter how many games it went, ever had more than 22. So Snyder puts the tying run at first as the Dodgers answer back. This is hit number 2 off Lopez. The batter is Robinson, who was robbed of an extra baser by a fine catch by Woodling in the first inning. Robinson 3 for 20. That was a quick curve over. Strike 1. Bunt. Might be trouble. Might be trouble. They don't even throw it. Lopez doesn't even throw it. It's a bunt single. So Robinson bunts to the pitcher and bunts it so neatly that he moves Snyder to second, puts himself on at first, and Lopez does not even throw. And the Yankee bullpen is going to work on direct orders from the bench. And out to the mound is stepping number 37. That's the skipper, the old professor, Casey Stengel. So Lopez in the jam. Allie Reynolds is getting up in the Yankee bullpen. You saw a player standing up out there. There he is now. He's going to do more than stand up. He's going to start working that right arm. Allie Reynolds. Well, the ballpark has come alive. The ball game has suddenly yanked another emotional string. The Dodgers have two big right-hand hitters in the line against this left-hander Lopez, Campanella and Hodges. The Yankees are ahead 1-0. The Yankees have drawn first blood, and the Dodgers are trying to cut back. Bunt up toward third. Might be trouble again. The bases are loaded. It's a bunt single. So the Dodgers load the bases and set the stage for Gil Hodges. Hodges is given a word of guidance and assurance by manager Dressen. And now Casey Stengel is on his way out to the mound. I don't know whether Lopez is going to pitch to Hodges or not. Let's wait and see. Stengel, as you can see, is out there. 3 men are on. Single by Snyder and then 2 bunt singles by Robinson and Campanella respectively. Gil Hodges hit a long fly ball in the second inning, which Mantle caught. Hodges is 0 for 18 in the series. Now, just a moment. Stengel may be stalling for time. He's bringing in Allie Reynolds. Well, here comes the Chief. What more do you want? He hasn't had too much opportunity to warm up, but here he comes. Reynolds, who's won a ball game, lost a ball game, and saved a ball game in this series for the Yankees. Reynolds getting ready. Mel and I were asking him before the ball game if he had hurt his back yesterday in the 8th inning. He said, no, he didn't hurt the back. He just seemed to give himself a pull. His spikes caught. He said he's ready. In other words, he poo-pawed any idea that he was hurt. That's the head man of the Yankee pitching staff. So we've now got Black and Reynolds in a ball game again. That's the way we began. Looks like that's the way we're going out. The Dodgers, as customary to say around here on the banks of the Gowanus, have the bases FOB. They are full of Brooklyns. Nobody out. Gil Hodges looking for his first hit as well as his first run batted in the series. And he has grown to be quite a sentimental favorite because he's become such an underdog. And the odd thing is that he's the fellow that led the club in home runs and in runs batted in. Okay. Just set loose, friends. Hold on to your hat, and here we go. Hodges is dug in. 3 men on, nobody out. The Yankees have the infield pulled in halfway. There's the ball drilled into left field. It is caught, but here comes Snyder toward the plate and scores the tying run. The ball gets away from Reynolds for the moment. Robinson goes over to third. So Hodges does not get a base hit, but he does knock in the tying run, and it's a brand new ball game at 1-1. The throw gets away from Reynolds, gets away from Berra at home plate. Reynolds recovered it. Robinson advances over to third base. But for Hodges, that is a run batted in, his first of the series. And it's a brand new ball game, tied at 1-1. Snyder scoring it. The run is charged to Lopez, and the run is earned. Now we've got to find who the scorer awards the error to for Robinson moving over to third base. He did not go over on the throw-in. The batter is George Schuber. Runners at first and third. The error is charged to Reynolds as the scorer rules that the ball got away from Reynolds, not Berra. The error is charged to Allie Reynolds. Second Yankee error today. Eighth error of the series. All right, two ball clubs even again, with the Dodger threat continuing here in the last of the fourth. Schuber takes a curve, low inside, ball one. Schuber is 1 for 1 today. He is 3 for 8 so far in the series. Curve low inside, ball two. A high foul ball out of play. That's 2-1. It's a real tough series, isn't it? Huh? Mel's been looking back in his scorecard, and he says that this is Snyder's run here in the fourth is the first time he scored a run outside of when he scored himself with a home run. By the way, this is the first of 7 Brooklyn runs that Snyder hasn't driven in, although he did score it. Slow curve is beautifully in. Call strike two. Boy, the Chief just lobbed that one through there practically. He spun it off. All right, 2-2. I think Stengel brought in Reynolds just about where he wanted to. Didn't want to start him, but he wanted to get him in around the middle of the ball game. Well, he's got him in. This is inning 4. Strike 3. He let up. There was a change of pace, and Schuber is struck out. And now Robinson cannot be scored from third as the result of an out. Reynolds has now run his strikeout totals to 17. Brashy has a total of 18. Now that was a big out. And Reynolds really went to work on Schuber. He just tied him in a knot and turned him every way but loose. Carl Ferrello, 0 for 1, 4 for 21 this year. We'll begin to see the march now of the shadow of the stands out from home plate toward the mound. The irregularities at the edge of the shadow of men and cameras on the top of the stands, casting their shadows. Long, long baseboard road for both of these clubs this year. The road hasn't turned yet, but it's going to turn today. Robinson dancing. Reynolds comes set. Curve hit down to third, off McDougal's chest. He recovers, throws to first in time, and Ferrello is out. McDougal almost had that one get away from him. He played it with his chest, and the Dodgers had the bases loaded and only got one man. So it is now Reynolds' ball game to win or lose. 1 run, 3 hits. And it is Reynolds and Black to win and lose it. Well, how can you keep adding this thing and making it run any more dramatically? So Joe Black and Allie Reynolds are now to win and lose it, as at the end of 4 innings, it is hung up at 1-1, and the games are tied at 3-3. And the Gillette Safety Razor Company is very happy to bring you these telecasts. And folks, that reminds me, how you fix for blades? Well, if there's no serious objection heard any place around, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
WNBT New York, Channel 4.
In fact, the way this is running, friend, is now 1-1. You need fewer and fewer words. Black and Reynolds, the Dodgers and the Yankees. And here in the top of the 5th inning, it is Woodling, Norin, and Martin. Number 6, 7, and 8 hitters in Casey Stengel's batting card. Gene Woodling, who's made 2 nice catches out in left field, especially in the first inning off Robinson. 1-1 tie. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Yankees. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Brooklyn. Black's quick curve is on the outside. Call strike. As the ball drilled out toward right field, it's gone. It's a home run for Woodling, his first of the series. Gene Woodling belts a home run. And that gives the Yankees 9 home runs in the series. And we've had 15 home runs hit by both ball clubs. The record for a total number of home runs hit in the series is 9, which the Yankees hit in 4 games back in 28. So they've tied their record for total home runs in the series with 9. 2-1 New York, which is high, and it is ball 1 to Norris. Robinson coming over to talk to Black. There's Preacher Rowe, number 28, and Carl Erskine, number 17, down in the Brooklyn bullpen. Everybody is going to be used today, if there's any reason to get them in. Call strike. 1-1. So the Yankees now for the second time, 1 run to the good. The Dodgers had their big opportunity just now. They got the bases loaded, but Reynolds choked them off with just 1 run. That 1 run is immediately nullified on 1 swing by Gene Woodling. A high foul ball. No, it's fair. Up by third. Cox is under it. Makes the catch for the out. 1 away. Top of the 5th. Billy Martin, the second baseman. He's 0 for 1 today. Lines it out in center field for a base hit. Snyder blocks the ball to be certain it doesn't go through him. Martin, after taking his turn, holds on. The throw coming into second. Single into center. This is hit number 4 for New York. And the applause is growing now for Allie Reynolds. There he strides. Fine athlete. Won a game, lost a game in the series. And he and Black have shared their decisions against each other, and they're going to share this one against each other today. Throw to first was almost quick enough, but not quite. Martin just getting back. Black beat Reynolds in the first game. Reynolds beat Black in the 4th game. And now here they are, up for grabs in the 7th. Pitch is low outside. Ball 1. This is Reynolds' game to win and Black's game to win. Reynolds to lose and Black's to lose. And the Yankees are ahead 2-1. Reynolds, as a batter, is 0 for 6 so far in the series. We told you that the Yankees with 9 home runs have tied their own record for most home runs hit in a series. In other words, the Yankees hit 9 in a 4-game series back in 28. And this sets a new record for a strictly 7-game series. Washington in 25 had hit 8 in that 7-game series. Ground ball hit to the right side. Play is to first base. Reynolds is out. Robinson to Hodges. Martin moves on to second. 2 are gone. And McDougal, who is 0 for 2, steps in. Curve is outside. Ball 1. Campanella out there doing a little figuring with his battery mate, Joe Black. Left-hander is Preacher Rowe, 28. The right-hander, 17, is Erskine. They continue firing away in the Brooklyn bullpen. This is for the marbles. World Series, whole year's work all wrapped up into now half a ball game remaining. Has 1 hit right back of second. Robinson over to first. McDougal is up. 1 run, Woodling's home run. 2 hits. So at the middle of the 5th inning, score is New York 2, Brooklyn 1.
It's a high fly and an easy out for Gene Hermansky, popular young big league outfielder. Gene, your whiskers look as tough as they come.
And they're as tough as they look.
You need a smooth shaving Gillette blue blade to handle that beard.
You bet. Come with me. It won't take long. Just lather for a couple of minutes. Slip in a Gillette blue blade and ease them off. Boy, how good it feels.
Men, buy easy shaving Gillette blue blades in this dispenser with safety compartment for used blades. 20 for 98 cents, 10 for 49. Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp. Use Gillette blue blades with the sharpest edges ever honed.
Well, friends, here at Ebbets Field, Allie Reynolds, with the sun streaming down, is ready to move into the last of the fifth inning. And moving over to the microphone, one of the brilliant broadcasters of our day. It is always a real privilege and a pleasure to be associated with him at any time, especially in a World Series for Gillette, is Mel Allen. Well, how does this one look to you, Melrose?
That pause was meaningful. That's one is tough to answer, Ed. Hello there, everybody. We're ready to go in the last of the fifth inning. Joe Black, the batter. Ball one. It's a question of the abilities of Reynolds and Black to withstand the strain of their constant appearances in the series. Strike one. Fastball, 1-1. Black struck out in the third inning. Chuck Gresson's had a problem several times in the series of his team being behind the pitcher leading off or coming to bat in that half of an inning. There's a bunt high and foul out of play down the first base line. A situation that revolved about Erskine, for example. The other day in that tremendous game Sunday at the stadium, he decided to go with him, and it worked out. In this instance, of course, while Chuck has men in the bullpen, this is his boy, Joe Black. And this is only the fifth inning. And so he has no idea about sending any kind of a pinch hitter. It's in there for a called strike. And Black becomes the second strikeout victim of Reynolds. Reynolds' 18th strikeout, 4 short of Hal Newhouser's record for most strikeouts in a 7-game series, 22, set in the 1945 World Series. Billy Cox struck out, grounded to third. Yanks 2, Dodgers 1, last of the fifth. There's a high drive to deep right center. There goes Noren way back toward the wall, and it's going to be off the wall. Cox is going for at least 2 bases. The throw in to Martin, and Cox holds it second with a double. Billy Cox lining a high drive off the wall in right center for a double. The first hit off Reynolds since he came in last inning. Cox's 7th hit in the series and his second double. Thus the tying run is in scoring position with Pee Wee Reese coming to bat. Safe on a throwing error in the first inning by Gil McDougall. Fly to right in the third. And on deck is Duke Snyder. 1 out. Strike. Slow curve inside below the shoulders. Tension mounts with every pitch thrown. There's no peak to it. Cox with his lead away from second base. Reese swings and hits it to left field for a base hit. Here comes Cox rounding third. He's on his way to the plate, and he goes in to tie it up. And there's Reese going down to second on the throw, and he is safe. Bullpen comes alive, and it's Mick Rashy starting to warm up as the Chief seems to be missing just a little bit today. As we told you, it's a question of whether these arms can stand the gap. Woodling's throw to the plate was wide, and he gave Reese a chance to take second on the throw. Tie ball game, 2-2, and here's Duke Snyder. Struck out and singled. And Casey looking down to the bullpen. Ground ball wide, thrown to Reynolds, covering. Reese holds it third. Up comes Jackie. There was a situation where Mize had gone wide at first, and Reynolds had to get over as the ball got by Mize with Martin making the play. Now with Jackie Robinson up, line to left, and was safe in the fourth inning, beating out a bunt. The scorer now has decided to give Woodling an error on his wide throw that enabled Reese to take second. Which is the third error of the ball game for the Yankees. Now with a great base runner on third and a great bunter up, despite the fact that the 2 outs, you can look for even a 2-out squeeze. You can look for anything right here. It's seldom that you'll see the 2-out squeeze, but you could look for it. Inside, ball 1. Reese on third, Jackie Robinson the batter. 2 down, 2-2, last the 5th. Ball 2, a little outside. There's the bunt, but it goes foul. Strike 1, 2-1. So they did try the 2-out squeeze. He had the perfect setup for it. A great bunter, a fast man to plate, and a great base runner on third. Jackie Robinson asked Larry Getz to have a look at the ball. Reynolds hasn't heard them holler to him yet. And there is no sense in trying to pick out any more adjectives to try and indicate the greatness of this series. Just sit back and watch it. Reese on third. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Last of the 5th, 2-2 the score. There's a line drive. Grab down to the 40 out. One run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. And the score at the end of 5 innings, Yanks 2, Dodgers 2.
Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp and listen, mister. How are you fixed for blades? Do you have plenty? How are you fixed for blades? You better check. Please make sure you have enough, 'cause a worn-out blade makes shaving mighty tough. How are you fixed for blades? Better look. Gillette Blue Blades we mean.
Ready now for the top of the 6th inning. Jackie Robinson got good wood on that last ball, as you saw. A screaming liner that Gil McDougall clutched. And our camera was on Gil, and just at that point, Robinson, who was headed for first, stopped short, did a sort of a jackknife with his feet or a bicycle motion, threw his hands up in the air. He had done a remarkable job of getting a hold of that one, but McDougall did just as remarkable a job grabbing it. Now in the Dodger bullpen, you see Preacher Rowe, the left-hander, and Carl Erskine, the right-hander, heating up. You got to have everybody ready now. There's no more baseball after this afternoon till spring training. So neither manager will hesitate in using everybody that they can possibly use to help them out. Your 5-inning totals. The Yankees 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors, 2 left on. The Dodgers 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 5 men left on base. The scoring has gone along just like the series. First one team and then the other. Bill Rizzuto, the batter. It's a strike. Bill grounded to first and doubled to left. Vic Raschi, who was warming up for the Yankees, is now resting. There's a smash. Reese grabs it beautifully for a great backhand. How about that play? The great Pee Wee He and Rizzuto have shown you some tremendous shortstopping in this series. Pee-wee taking a base hit away from his shortstop rival with a tremendous backhand catch of the low liner. Mickey Mantle struck out and grounded to first. High, ball one. Yanks 2, Dodgers 2, sixth inning. High outside, ball 2. Joe Black pressing a little bit out there. Inside, ball 3. This is Black's third start in the series and Reynolds' fourth appearance. 2 starts and 2 relief jobs. It's in there for a strike, 3-1. So the wear and tear may tell. Black 28, Reynolds 34. The difference in ages may be a factor, it may not. There's a fly ball out to right field. That ball is going, it is gone. And the Yankees are back out in front 3-2 in the battle of the home runs. And there's Chuck Dressen over to water cooler, contemplating this situation, looking down toward the bullpen now and see how the boys are coming. This series will go down as one of the greatest of all time. It will go down as the series called the Battle of the Home Run. High, ball 1 to Mize, way behind Campanella to the screen. The Yankees now have had 10 home runs, breaking the record they set just a little while ago for a 7-game series. High, ball 2. And as a matter of fact, it is a brand new record for any length series from 4 games on, because no team has ever hit as many as 10 home runs in a World Series, whether it be 4, 5, 6, or 7 games. Line drive to right field, in there for a base hit. Taking a hop by Perillo, throws to first base, but Mize is there. How about that? With a comparatively shallow right field, Mize lumbering down the line, and Perillo, with that rifle arm, cut loose to Hodges. It's been done before, throwing a runner out from right. And now Chuck Dressen is walking out to the mound. With Berra about to come up, we may have the preacher, or we may have Erskine. From a standpoint of the hitter, a left-hand batter, you may have a left-hand pitcher. Or Chuck may decide to stick with Joe. We'll see. Only a magnificent play by Reese enabled Black to get the first hitter. And we're going to have, I believe, the preacher. It's going to be the preacher.
Attention, please. Now coming in effect for the Dodgers, number 28, Preacher Rowe.
Preacher Rowe coming in to relieve Joe Black. And Joe Black, as he leaves the mound, will be given a tremendous hand. He should. He has pitched magnificently in this series. So Preacher Rowe comes on. Joe Black will shortly leave. And Chuck leads the way, and a hand for Joe Black. The great right-hander who carried the Dodgers to their pennant and who pitched tremendously in this series, having made 2 starts and gone to the 6th inning today, and has pitched reasonably well today. But after all, this is the last game. You can't afford to take even one chance. So the preacher comes in. He relieved yesterday, and now Billy Lowe's, who started yesterday, has replaced Rowe in the Dodger bullpen. Number 17 is Carl Erskine, who was warming up along with the preacher. Preacher Rowe, who came in the ninth inning yesterday and performed so nobly. Came in the ninth inning yesterday with one out and got the side out. The bases were loaded. And he's coming on now to pitch to Berra. The Yankees, having hit 2 home runs today, have hit 10 in the series. More home runs than have ever been hit by any one club in any World Series from 4 games on. The two teams together have hit 16 home runs, more home runs than any 2 teams have ever hit in any World Series of whatever length. Yogi Berra takes the curve outside for a ball. Berra flied to center and grounded to second into a double play. Yankees 3, the Dodgers 2, top of the 6th. After a scoreless first 3 innings, the teams have taken turns in scoring one at a time, beginning with the 4th inning. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. This is Rowe's 3rd appearance. Made 1 start and beat the Yankees over at the stadium last Friday. Altogether, he's worked a total of 9 innings, allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, walked 5, struck out 5. There's a strike. 2-1. In Rowe's lone appearance in the 1949 World Series, he beat the Yankees at the stadium 1-0. Mize on first, 1 out, 1 in, 6th inning. Yanks 3, Dodgers 2. Strike 2 called, slow curve. Yogi says he didn't like it. Larry gets it. It looked good to him. There's one thing you notice about Preacher Rowe. He may start out behind you, but he'll come back and get even with you on the balls and strike counts for the most part. And then he'll take it from there. Strike 3. Slow curve at him, rippling and missing. And now you see the reason, among others, that Mize was not running. Preacher Rose coming in the clutch and striking out Yogi Berra. Here's Gene Woodling, flied to left and homered. Of course, the reason that it was Rowe instead of Erskine in this relief situation, the left-hand batters are coming up. Berra, now Woodling. And should either of those gotten on, or if either of them does get on with Woodling now up, you have Noren next. 2 down. It's fairly cool today. It's top coat weather. But you can be sure that as far as those men on the diamond are concerned, it's mighty hot. As a wrap back through the middle, out over second in the center, Mize holds at second as the Duke tosses back into Robinson. Woodling's second hit. 7 hits for the Yanks. Now let's see. Hank Bauer's getting up off the bench, taking off his jacket, and he may be going up to hit for Noren. He is. He's gone over the bat rack. As Stengel now counters with a right-hand hitter against a left-hand pitcher. Bauer has had only 1 hit in the series. That was in the second game. It was here. It was in the first inning. A looping single to right center. He's had only 1 out of 17. Noren had 3 hits in the series. 3 out of 10. So Hank Bauer comes in with Mize on second, Woodling on first, 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Yankees 3, Dodgers 2. Low inside, ball 1. There are many factors to be taken into consideration as you watch the game. Again, with hoping that you will not misunderstand the remark, no criticism intended, but rather an actual fact, Mize is not a fast runner. And therefore, there is a possibility that even if Bauer should come through with a single, Mize might be thrown out the plate or he might be held at third. It's something to look for, in other words. There's a roller foul down the third baseline. 1 ball, 1 strike. Red and I have been telling you throughout the series, almost from the beginning at least of the second game, how important each pitch has been. And we're constantly repeating it, but it's true. Ground ball foul down the third baseline. Strike 2, 1 and 2. And particularly today, we reach a peak in that department because every time a man cocks his arm and throws a ball, the World's Championship rides on it. Preacher Rose, an amazing individual. He is concerned about the situation. He's not afraid of it. He is cagey. He's cunning. Mize on second, Woodling on first, 2 down. Bauer hitting for Noren, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yanks 3, Dodgers 2, top of the 6th. And now Rowe takes a little too much time. Bauer steps out. Rowe backs off the hill. There's a ground ball hit to third. Cox boots the ball, and the bases are loaded. As he tried to play that short hop, the ball skipped by him. Pee Wee Reese making a magnificent back up on the play. It's an error for Cox. And it is his first of the series. Bauer is a very fast runner, and that is why Cox had to charge that ball. And they're very tricky. You don't get to it just at the right instant. That ball will take that little short hop and skip by you sometimes. But take your hat off in the meantime to Pee Wee Reese for backing up the play to keep it from going into the outfield, prevented a score. So the bases are loaded, and here's Martin, fly to center, single to center, 2 down. Whether the error will be costly or not remains to be seen. Ball 1, a little outside. Johnny Mize on third. Gene Woodling off second. Bauer off first. Martin fouls it off. 1-1. There's Bauer on first base. Hodges moving in behind him. Bill McKinley, the umpire. Gene Woodling's on second. And, of course, Johnny Mize over to third. Yankees 3, Dodgers 2. What a tremendous situation this is right now. It's Preacher Rowe and Billy Martin. 2 men out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mize off third, Woodling off second. Bauer off first. Outside, ball 2. 2-1. Larry gets very deliberate in his calls, and so we have to hold back with him. Outfield shaded a bit toward left. There's a high fly ball in center field. Duke Snyder getting under it. The wind blows it in a little. He comes in, makes the catch. And the Preacher pitches out of it. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, 3 left on. And so at the middle of the 6th inning, the score is Yankees 3, Dodgers 2.